Good morning. Every year during the stewardship renewal process, I ask a family member to give a talk, a testimonial of what stewardship means to them. And this year, Erica and Chris Hickerson have graciously agreed to give the stewardship message for St. Mary Parish. So enjoy what they have to say, and thank you and God bless you, Chris and Erica, for agreeing to do this.
Hi, we are the Hickerson family. I'm sure many of you know us because our children go to school with yours here at St. Mary's. Others may recognize Erica as the cello player at Sunday Mass and me as the dentist on the back of the bulletin. We were requested to speak about our experiences with stewardship. Since I'm a lector at Mass, I presume most of the job would be mine. But then Erica composed what I felt was the ideal speech. So I'm going to step aside and let you hear it.
I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Father Joe came up and asked if Chris and I would tell our story as a family here at St. Mary Parish. My husband anxiously awaited the release of the theme of stewardship this year. It paints an image of our Mother Mary with fiat. But Father told me to keep this short and sweet, so I was already prepared for my message. I remember these presentations from the past few years. They always stay with me. I remember Katie McHenry talking about raising her family in the parish and the changes that took place over the years within her family. Our commitments change as our families change. I see all of that with my family as well. When we are young and tied up raising our own families, it's tough to think of the greater church. But the older members do that work for us. Thank goodness for them, and God bless all of you. I remember a parishioner talking about the loss of her husband. Our parish family took her on, as well as her grandson. She needed that. This church was here for her. Thank goodness for all of you. I remember Pam Dyer talking about raising her children in this school. There's never been a question for us. Our children would be attending St. Mary Parish Catholic School. Thank goodness for all of you for having that school. I am Erica O'Borney. I was raised here at St. Mary's in the 80s and 90s. I remember my dad so patiently waiting in the car for my mom and my sister as we all slowly arrived each week for church. We went to the old church in Midtown. I started my music there with Mary DeVore and Gil Ponte, even back then. My folks were both teachers in the public schools, so that was always my educational home. But Wednesday evenings, we always had CCD classes. My teachers in this program made it so worthwhile. I remember memorizing prayers just like my children do now. Even though I was not a student here, this was always my church home. Thank goodness for those spirited souls that took on my religious formation here. I remember my service to St. Mary's. Even back then, there was a hailstorm that blew out all the stained glass windows in the old church. We spent months replacing those as a family. My father spearheaded that operation. My father was in the Knights of Columbus. My mother joined the church because she loved my father so. They wanted religion as a part of all of our lives. So service has always been instilled within me. During our dental and PA school years, we needed something quick but meaningful. So the 30-minute masses downtown in Omaha, Nebraska were exactly what we craved as we began our early dating years. After returning to Derby, St. Mary was home again, but it was now 10 years after I had grown up here. This church was different and we were different. We slowly adjusted to the 1 hour and 15-minute masses Father David had each day, with a story from movies each time. St. Mary's grew in our fondness as we had our children. Father Wayne visited us in the hospital when Calais was born. It was his birthday. We had our children baptized here. We followed our priests fondly to hear of their next placements. We sought out those priests again and again as our children had sacraments of First Reconciliation and First Communion. We tried to give to the church financially, but we struggled with our own debts from having school and young children behind us. Our children are now students here. We love the school. My children love the school. They are founded in the Catholic faith. They teach us repeatedly to learn more about ourselves. Mr. Montgomery is the principal there. He challenges every parent to do more and be more. He makes me want to be a better person and a better Catholic. What a gift. So I now spend my free time here. I volunteer whenever I can. I enjoy cooking, so I do the meal trains. I want to be with my kids in the school, so I volunteer in the library. I enjoy gardening, so I work on landscaping. I enjoy music, so I play the cello at masses. I am a Martha, so I struggle with prayer. I love that parable every year as I hear of Martha and Mary. Perhaps my prayer is my service to others. Some weeks I play the cello at Mass, Calais will serve, Chris will read, and Flint has finally made his first communion with the COVID quarantine. We are all here serving this church and parish family. So every year the church graciously sends out a stewardship renewal form. It lists all the ministries that are available here. I challenge you to find some that fit in your life. Make this a place where you want to spend your time. Come to the breakfast, come to the dinner, come to the events that others lovingly organize. Make this your home, wherever you are in your life, and we will see what a great place this will be in 10 years. Can you imagine? What will we be doing then? And be careful where you are next September. You might just be caught doing something wonderful in Father Joe's eyes and be asked to come up here and speak.